First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Quadash, and the Bible says Ring Millstone, while unto truth, and also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom, and come back here today with another great, powerful lesson, the spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So the type of day lesson is end time news. So I like to say Shalom to all I listen and learn. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, we have a quick news article here by Asia Pacific. And it reads that 39 dead as cyclone leaves trail of death, destruction in India, Bangladesh. 24 killed in India, 15 in Bangladesh as cyclone Ramel hit neighboring South Asian nations over a weekend, says official. So we seeing that the Lord is what's constantly visiting the earth that he created. You know, you seeing storms after storm, you know, all sorts of strange weather pattern. And one thing about it is it's going to constantly get worse and worse right before his great and glorious return. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. Also, the Lord is getting ready to bring forth that judgment as we speak. So we seeing that, you know, the Lord has said the plagues are sent and they're not slacking down for a moment. So let's go here. Let's get this another quick news article here, right here. In Mexico, this heat wave, you know what I'm saying? So it's a heat dome. It's going on in Mexico. Also, it said that it was a lot of these Hoover monkeys that was falling dead. So I got a video on it anyway, you know, to bring it out with more edification. So it says here, it's a dozen dead in blistering a weekend long heat wave in Mexico. Said the extreme heat smothering much of Mexico has killed dozens of people across multiple states over recent weeks. Said the country health ministry says in a report published on Thursday with hotter temperature forecast for coming days. Man, we seeing it, right, man. The Lord is heating it up. So, you know, he's bringing what? Extreme heat. The Lord is bringing these tempests, what? These tornadoes, what? Hurricanes. Also, what? These cyclones, you know what I'm saying? What? Tsunamis, earthquakes, you know what I'm saying? It's already rumors of earthquake was in Texas, I think a couple of days ago. Also, it said it was one in Mexico. So a lot of these things, you know, it's constantly happening, you know, left and right, you know, fearful what signs and, you know what I'm saying, great wonders we're constantly seeing each and every day. The Lord is moving through the earth, you know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said, look up, you know what I'm saying? Lift up thy head, your redemption drawing nearer and nearer. So our salvation at the door. Why is all these things are happening? Because what? We're living in the end time, real time. The Lord already said that these things will happen. He told you about these strange weather patterns. He told you about rumors of war. He told you about nation will rise against nation. He told you about increased violence. All sorts of things are constantly happening. Great tribulation is upon us. And one thing about it, we constantly seeing these things right here. This heat wave, you know, man, a lot of things are just picking up left and right. So, you know, I got a video to bring it out with a little bit more, you know, just scanning through, see if there's anything else, something about these monkeys I wanted to get if I can find it. But if I can't find it, I got it in the video. But we're seeing right here now that, the Lord have his eyes upon the sinful kingdom, which in fact is America, Babylon the Great. And also the Lord's getting ready to repay, you know, and we seeing these things are constantly picking up left and right before our eyes, man. I'm telling you, man, the Lord is doing a mighty work, man. We seeing it, man, left and right, man. Here it is right here. It said Mexico monkeys are dropping dead due to prolonged heat waves. It said threatened howler monkeys has been dropping dead from trees in Mexico, says southwestern tropical forests in recent weeks amid a nationwide drought and heat wave, said that have sent temperatures soaring across much of the country. Man, the Lord is constantly, you know, the Lord said he would send what? Famine. The Lord said he would send what? Pestilence. The Lord said he would send what? Evil in the land. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, they're on every side. In the middle of the Lord, we constantly warn you, left and right, whether you will hear or whether you will forbear. So the title of today's lesson, once again, is End Time News. So let's start today's video. And after the video, we'll start the lesson. And I hope that you will get edified.
cyclone Remail hit India and Bangladesh, causing heavy rain and strong winds, resulting in at least 36 deaths. The Indian Meteorological Department stated on Tuesday that Remail had weakened to a depression earlier on Monday, and later weakened to a depression in eastern Bangladesh. Amphan caused massive destruction in both countries, with fallen trees, roads turning into rivers, and millions of people losing power. Authorities have mobilized volunteers and military personnel to assist in the cleanup efforts and distribute food and water to displaced families. The Mongla and Pyra seaports in Bangladesh raised a level 10 great danger signal on Sunday, the highest level of warning signal, and the Bangladeshi Meteorological Department advised all fishing boats and vessels to stay in shelters. Cyclones, also known as typhoons in Asia and hurricanes in North America, are massive engines of wind and rain fueled by warm seawater and moist air. Scientists say that the climate crisis is making cyclones even more powerful. Millions of people in India are vulnerable to the associated risks. Amid a heat wave, an unexpected storm dumped several feet of hail onto parts of Puebla, Mexico, according to Reuters. Locals were forced to pick up their shovels and dig out thick layers of ice and mud. Reuters says the hailstorm happened during the country's third heat wave, where parts of Mexico will see temperatures climb over 110 degrees.
In southern Mexico's tropical forest, more than 100 howler monkeys have dropped dead from trees in recent weeks amid a nationwide drought and heat wave. Rescuers are racing to give water to the threatened howler monkeys whose habitat was shrunk due to climate change and deforestation. The local forecast is expected to surpass 113 degrees in the coming days.
So we're seeing that the Lord is visiting the earth that he created, and these plagues are not going to slack down for a moment. So we'll get started in Proverbs, quick lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And once again, I hope that you will get edified. Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3. And it reads, a prudent man or a wise man foresees the evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So one thing about it, that we're foreseeing the evil right now. We're seeing that, the signs of the times are here. We're seeing all these different catastrophes, all these different events that's constantly happening throughout the earth, and they're not slacking down for a moment. A domino effect. The Lord is constantly bringing it left and right. And it says here, the simple pass on, the two-third, the unbeliever, the one that's constantly scoffing and mocking, they're getting ready to pass on. And one thing about it, the Lord already said, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, because they was unbelievers, and also they was that rebellious house that did not want to return to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So let's read this once again. Say, the prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself. How do he hide himself? In this wisdom, this knowledge, this gospel that only come from who? Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of the time. And one thing about it, you got to be spiritual minded, in order to see what's coming. And one thing about it, a lot of people right now, they're not in the spirit. Right now they're constantly walking in the congregation of the dead. All these things are constantly happening right here in the Louisiana well, man. So, it's all sorts of strange weather, storm, flooding, hail, lightning. You know what I'm saying? The Lord already said he's going to bring these things. These are spirits of vengeance. And the Lord's going to constantly bring it left and right. The Lord's getting ready to show forth his great glory and great power. And a lot of people right now, they don't fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Right now, but the Lord is getting ready to show himself. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is getting ready to introduce himself very soon. Every tongue shall confess. Every knee shall bow down. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So let's go here. Because this is where we at right here. Isaiah chapter 29. Isaiah chapter 29 is exactly what the Lord is doing. Right before I had the Bible spot on. Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. And it reads that thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts. Said with thunder and with earthquakes and great noise and storms and tempests and flames of divine fire. fire. So one thing about it, so we seeing that, the Lord is visiting the earth. He created the Lord of hosts, meaning the Lord of armies, what I'm saying? And one thing about it is that, how is the Lord visiting the earth? Through the UFOs, what they ignorantly call UFOs or UAPs, what the raw vehicles of the Most High, the angels, the eyes of the Most High, what I'm saying? They constantly beholding the good and the evil. Also, they constantly doing the Lord bidding from the left-hand side or the right-hand side. The Lord is in perfect control. So the Lord said you will be visited by thunder, thunderstorm, what I'm saying? He said, in hail, rain, strong winds and earthquakes. The earthquakes in diverse places. The Lord's causing these things that great noise is what this great nuclear exchange that's fast approaching. What I'm saying? World War III, the war that we're in, all wars. What I'm saying? The valley of Jehoshaphat. What I'm saying? And also the Lord's gathering the nation for the controversy of Zion. So we seeing all these things constantly happen. The Lord is a master chess player. We're excited. He said with storms, all sorts of storms. What I'm saying? What a rainstorm. What I'm saying? Thunderstorm, hailstorm, what I'm saying? And so forth, tempests, tornadoes, what I'm saying? Hurricanes, cyclones, what I'm saying? What are that? Tsunamis, what are tufons? I hope I'm saying that right. And also flames of devouring fire, what I'm saying? All the, these last year, all these forest fire, all these explosions, what I'm saying? Train the rep, all sorts of things, what I'm saying? The Lord is causing these things to happen, whether you believe it or not. The Lord has control over the good and the bad, the good and the evil, because of what? The Lord created all these things, what I'm saying? And no one is going to escape the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Shai. Even though we sound like a broken record, but these are the time that we're living in, man. We're here. Let's go here. Second Ezra chapter 15. Let's go here. Second Ezra chapter 15. Once again, the Lord is visiting the earth that he created. What I'm saying? Let's see here. You see what in those video over there in Bangladesh, over in India, right here in Mexico, also right here in the States, Texas, what I'm saying? Oklahoma, Dallas, East Coast, West Coast, everywhere. What I'm saying? Let's go here. Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 11. And it reads, said, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. Verse 12, it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten, say, with the plagues and punishment that the Almighty shall bring upon it, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. So one thing about it, the Lord's getting ready to bring the plagues as before. You already knowing what happened in Moses' time, when the Lord said, let my people go. But this is the second Egypt, and one thing about it, Egypt is synonymous with the house of bondage. One thing about it, we're not a second bondage, what I'm saying, which in fact is Babylon the Great, America. The Lord's constantly bringing these plagues, and they're not going to slack down for a moment. The Lord is constantly bringing this judgment before us, right before our eyes. What I'm saying? We seeing it happening left and right, hailstorm, flooding, what I'm saying? Rainstorm, what I'm saying? Strong winds, earthquakes and divert. All these things are constantly happening. We got to report on each and every day, because one thing about it, the Lord said, keep not silent, warn them for me. That's what we constantly doing, warning you through a biblical perspective. A perspective, what I'm saying? We are the mouthpiece of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. These are not our words. These are the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Whether you will hear or whether you will for battle. So let's read this once again. Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 11 said, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before. What I'm saying? And one thing about it is talking about America. And I will destroy all the land thereof. So this place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. There will be no inhabitant left there. The lake of fire will be America, Babylon the Great. This place is getting ready to be destroyed in 1 hour. So Lord's causing all these evils are constantly growing all around. Things are picking up. Seeing nation is divided. We're coming upon a great economic collapse. Also that MOTB, that grain of rice, we're constantly warning you left and right. Seek the Lord, because we're running out of time. Verse 12, it said, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that the Almighty shall bring upon it. So that's what the Lord is doing each and every day. If you cannot see, if you cannot hear, then you're part of the 2/3 club, and you will be totally destroyed. If you love it here, you're getting ready to what? to die here. So let's go here to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Let's drop down to drop down to verse 37. Let's get this right quick, and we'll get one more, and we'll close out. And it reads, it says here, 2nd Ezra 37, 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 37, Salakia. And it reads, said, behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack, said. Verse 38, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. That's what we're seeing right now. Verse 39 says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. That's exactly what we're seeing. These plagues are not slacking down for a moment, like a woman travailing with a child. It constantly happens. We're in that transition of power. Right now, we're seeing that the struggle in Rebekah's womb is about to get real. Esau and Jacob. Esau is the end of this temporal world, this wicked kingdom. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Right here, verse 40, it said, 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 40 says, O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. And now about what is that battle? You know what I'm saying? That battle is what? This Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, all these different calamities, tribulation, mourning, you know what I'm saying? Death and destruction is right before our eyes, man. We seeing that we're here. It is here. It is at the door. So rejoice, ye heaven. The Lord is getting ready to return and set everything back into order. So let's go to our last and final script. Let's go here to Jeremiah. This is exactly what the Lord is doing right now. Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 19. And it reads that, behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury. Say, even a grievous whirlwind. Say, it shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. Verse 20. The anger of the Lord shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. Say, in the latter days ye shall consider perfectly. So one thing about it's what the Lord is doing. The Lord is bringing forth that judgment like a whirlwind. One thing about it, you know what I'm saying? The whirlwind also can go through these chariots, also these tempests, you know what I'm saying? These storms, you know, the Lord is causing things to happen simultaneously, like a domino effect. They're going to constantly pick up. They're going to constantly increase because the Lord is bringing it forth. The Lord is getting ready to usher in the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Let's read it one more time. We'll close out. Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 19 said, behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. Say, it shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. The Lord's getting ready to judge this place. Verse 20 said, the anger of the Lord shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart, of his mind. In the latter day ye shall consider it perfectly. So a lot of people are getting ready to find out. We're getting ready to all see together the signs of the time. The prophecy is speaking left and right. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. The Lord is getting ready to perform his enterprise, and you get ready to know it perfectly, you know what I'm saying, what the will of the Lord is. And one thing about it, we are very close to the great and glorious return of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Our salvation is at the door. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to set the record straight. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is End Time News. So I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rikak Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom. Shalom.